Hi, my name is Manjit Prabhakar. I am a filtration expert, analyzer, and solution provider. Today, I am going to cover the hot topic COVID-19 challenges and innovative solutions. Pandemic, pandemic Corona has thrown a number of challenges to the mankind in almost every part of the world. Leadership of various countries are acting as per their wisdom. Some countries are reacting in panic, some are slow in their act, some are still to act. Now when the pandemic has spread in more than 190 countries, none of the leader, with the exception of South Korea, has shown any proactive or innovative approach to tackle this issue of greatest threat to survival of mankind. When this threat of virus surfaced, most of the leadership were busy in other activities, like two big democracies were busy in preparation for Mr. Trump's show in Ahmedabad. Most of Indian think tank was over busy in tackling opposition over CEA, Shaheen Bagh and Delhi riots. Whereas threat of COVID-19 was looming, it was amply clear that it is a deadly disease for which no remedy is still in place. Corona spreads with contacts at a rapid pace as it is a multiplier virus. Even a single patient has a capacity to infect thousands of people knowingly or unknowingly. Good example of this is patient number 31 who infected more than 5,000 people in South Korea. Then we have super spreaders, people with no sign of virus even for months but infect others within no time. With each unattended day, quantum of virus keep on multiplying. This virus was in news since December 19, and by January 2020, we were aware of its nature and results and the havoc it can create. But our leadership, news channels and opposition, like rest of the world, was busy in issues which seems petty now. Visionary leadership always act proactively and look forward for innovative solutions. They not only plan to control and eradicate these problems from root, but also create opportunities, as every threat offers a number of opportunities. Unfortunately, none of the big leadership and WHO in particular has shown any sign of wisdom. As a result, this tiny virus, which could have been controlled at early stages, has become the biggest threat of centuries to the mankind. Thank God, it does not affect birds, animals, other creatures, and other environmental factors like air, water, and soil. Otherwise, the result could have been catastrophic. Let us look into the major challenges this has thrown to India as a country. Responsibility of approximately 1.5 billion lives without much mental and physical disturbance. Number two, making adequate health measures required to control and then find solution to eliminate this pandemic. Keep the pace of economy moving in this troubled time at 5% or more, so that unemployment, which is the result of this evil, can remain under check. Help SAARC and other countries in doing same. Situation as on 31st March 2020. Lockdown in almost all the states in country. Corona cases increasing towards stage 3. Uncertainty or panic in the minds of people on lockdown period and their survival. Number 4, livelihood of poor people badly affected. Number 5, industry, service, education and transport halted completely, thus affecting jobs of millions of people. Spending huge amount of money on relief packages which could have been used for growth. All these actions resulting in likely reduction in GDP to 2.5%. Before going for innovative solutions, we must know what this deadly virus is and its pattern of spread. This virus consists of molecule having a lipid layer of fat, and this spreads with contacts like touch and handshake, particles of saliva coming out of our mouth when we speak, cough or sneeze. As a result, virus molecules from infected person get transferred to the person or surface, from where these are picked up by other person. Virus keep on breeding in his body, affecting respiratory system. This virus remain on solid surfaces for more than 10 hours, whereas on cloths, papers, hair for approximately 4 hours. If not picked up by other person, it get deactivated and become ineffective. In human body, this attacks the respiratory system in lungs and shrink the area of gaseous exchange, which is known as alveoli, where oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is released out. In a healthy person, this area of gaseous exchange is very high, consisting of almost 300 million alveoli. Hence, his body functioning is not much affected with this virus in comparison to older people, where approximately 20 to 30% of alveoli are blocked. Whereas in chain smokers, we have more than 40% blockage. Hence, virus reduces further this area. Thus, patient is highly uncomfortable as he is out of breath, thus requires ventilator to run the breathing function. That is the reason of more deaths of higher age group people and that of children, where alveoli are not fully developed. Solutions. There is no medicine developed, hence prevention is the only cure possible. This can be done in a scientific way, as even while staying at home, we need to follow some norms. Number one, do not allow any other outsider, maid or domestic help in the house. Even if relatives or neighbor come to meet you, offer them sanitizer and keep a distance of 1 meter while sitting in the drawing room. Restrict their entry to particular area. Fully sanitize the area of meeting after they leave the things which they have touched. If you have to go out for buying essentials, use minimum 4 essential PPEs, which is known as personal protective equipments: mask, goggles, gloves and cap, all the time during your stay outside. Avoid contact to surfaces, people to the maximum possible while buying outside. Coming back, sanitize your hands. Wash your clothes outside the house with blow dryer, as the virus stay on the clothes for 3 to 4 hours. And keep your shoes outside. Sanitize your shoes, gloves, goggles and cap. Wash your face with soap and hot water. Expose PPEs to sunlight for 2 to 3 hours before reusing them. Wash milk packets, polybags, vegetables and fruits with hot water, first for at least 3 minutes, then in cold running water, as the lipid layer of virus get burnt at a temperature more than 30 to 35 degrees C, thus making molecules of virus deactivated. Effective PPEs. Only N95 mask gives good protection. Normal surgical masks only prevent spread of virus from infected person and are approximately 65% effective. Goggles are must for protection for entry of this virus from eyes. Gloves are must to avoid getting virus through contacts. Cap to protect hairs where the virus can stay till it is washed off. Lockdown when we are at stage 2 of the virus spread is a must, but locking down 1.3 billion people with 14 lakh police personnel, which works out to be 0.013% can never be effective, especially when the state machinery is not trained to handle such situations. Before going to innovative solutions, one thing must be kept in mind that this virus is here to stay for years and it is not going to vanish after the lockdown periods are over. All efforts of the government and other institutions are basically focused on to control this virus spread. That is the only thing which we can do now. We have no other option except to adopt changed norms of social distancing in our lifestyle and accept it as a way of life for some months or even for some years. Innovative solution which can be considered to solve this problem or better control this problem are: number one, customs and airlines have all the data of the people having travel history from affected countries to India after 15th December 19. Intelligence agencies and local police can track the health conditions of these people and their relatives, friends and neighbors by getting them and their families tested 100% using recently procured test kits to update the spread of pandemic in the country in next 10 days. Instead of controlling the spread of COVID-19 through lockdowns, curfews, using force by stressing government machinery, government should involve corporates, private industries, industrial associations, college faculties, media, RWAs to help and regulate to enforce the social distancing norms strictly, which are utmost required to control the spread of the pandemic, while keeping the industry, education, health, transport and agriculture business running. Frame strict social distancing norms for education institutes, transports, shopping malls and industry working, maintaining safe distance. Make complete sanitization of workplace, tables, tools, materials at a regular intervals. Ensure entry into factories, institutions, trains, transports strictly with PPEs like goggles, gloves, masks for all entrants, workforce, drivers, visitors. Sanitize vulnerable areas more. Training to every citizen involving teachers, corporate, etc. at grassroots level. Improve health facilities, the level required in ESIs and Mohalla clinics. Make industry, institutions, etc. responsible for awareness and following social distancing norms by the labor. Indigenize healthcare industry by giving subsidies, loans and providing technology. Focus on training on self-protection and protection of others. Change focus from fear from this virus to self-protection and protection of kids and senior citizens, as mortality rate in young is very low and majority of Indian population is young. Since this video is becoming too long, hence we will be covering the further points in the upcoming video which we will upload shortly, in which we'll also cover why army is not getting involved in any part of the world to enforce lockdowns effectively, and we will also cover what are the other solutions which are possible to control this virus and the opportunities this current situation is offering to India as a country.